Photographer Julius Mwelyu was born and grew up in Matare. He now runs a photography foundation for children of the slum.
I was getting a lot of pressure from these kids because they were like telling me, you have been taking photographs of us, but you don't even show us how to use the camera. You see?
So they hassled you into teaching them how to take photos?
Yeah. So I decided to do something for my community.
Julius's photos of the post-election violence in Matare won critical acclaim across the globe. His work is an inspiration for children here. And every Saturday, Julius leads a photography class in the slum.
We're wandering into the slum now, into the heart of the community, I suppose. And we're just, we're watching Julius taking his students out on a lesson. He doesn't seem to need to encourage them to take photos.
Judy Joy Mugechi is 11 years old.
What do you like about photography?
I like photography because it is an art of creativity.
An art of creativity. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Professional photojournalist.
My target is to have 500 kids.
500?
500, that's my target.
On your photographic course?
Yeah. They really want to be part of us, but it is very hard. We can't have all of them. They keep on telling me, I really want to be part of your foundation. And it's very hard to tell them no, so I feel very, very bad.
You haven't got enough cameras, you haven't got enough computers.
See, that's the problem.
The ambition of Julius and the children is all the more impressive given the extreme conditions in Matare. As we go deeper into the slum, it's clear just how difficult life here really is.
You can see the sanitation problems that they have. There's a very pungent smell coming off here of human waste, but there's no proper sewerage or sanitation facilities, which of course is one of the biggest problems as more and more people around the world move to towns, move to cities. They end up in places like this, and they lack basic facilities.
Julius teaches his pupils to chronicle their experiences, to use everyday life as the inspiration for their photographs.
So Julius, what sort of things do you try and teach the children?
I told them to go and take photos of their families.
Life in the community.
Yeah. I try to show them and to tell them to think about the pictures and to have the story behind the photo as well.
Some of these children have extraordinary, sometimes horrific stories to tell. I talked to 13-year-old Peter Gikonyo.
During the post-election violence, I seen a person being cut off his head.
His head being cut off?
Being cut off.
But you saw that yourself?
I saw it with my naked eyes.
Oh, Peter, I'm so sorry.
It was very sad to see that. I just had to cry.
Do you think your future will be positive? Do you think you will still be living here?
No, I don't want to be living here, but I just come here and take photos. Because I know when I grow up, I want to be a photojournalist, a professional photojournalist.
Through their photographs and their enthusiasm, these children reveal another side to life in Matare slum. Hope.
Some people might see this as a bit of a pipe dream, the idea that children from the slum here could become photographers or photojournalists. But quite the opposite. I've got no doubt these kids can make it. They've got amazing abilities, an amazing initiative and drive. The whole project really is very inspiring.
Well, this week our series Explore continues, and the second instalment comes from the Rift Valley in East Africa. The programme travels from the Red Sea enclave of Djibouti through Ethiopia and on to Kenya. And reporting from that country is Emeka Onono, who will be with us in a moment. Here he is in action, talking to groups about the post-election violence which broke out in 2008.
They only agreed to talk to us on condition that we disguise their identities. We're hearing stories of people that have been beheaded. Have you been associated with that type of violence?
Cutting that one is accepted.
It's accepted?
It's accepted.
And that's what you do?
And that's why we have these knives. These are very sharp knife. And this one, can't you see? It's very flexible.
Yes.
How many?
What is this?
This is now our traditional gun.
Traditional guns?
We can construct 10 to 15 a day.
10 to 15 a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, this is the tree gun.
Okay.
You just hold this one. You do this one.
Yes.
Then you put the live bullet.
Okay.
We use it here. If we just fix it there.
Okay, okay. No, let's just take it out of there for the time being. We can see where that goes.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
I just think that if that gun goes off, I think everybody will die. Okay, great.
And I'm pleased to say that Emeka is with us now. Thank you very much for coming, Emeka. Well, that looked a bit hairy, to be honest. A couple of soldiers. What happened there?
Well, it was interesting to film. They are called the Mungiki, and they are a banned criminal organisation in Kenya. They've been associated with murders, quite brutal murders, beheadings, drugs. And they've also been associated with a group of people, they're called the Kikuyus, who are constantly at war with another group, the Kalenjins. And these are people that ended up at each other's throats after the election. And we went to interview them because they had been particularly active. Now, obviously, setting up an interview like that, the idea of it is quite intimidating because they're a banned criminal organisation, beheadings and everything. But we did a lot of work. We knew a lot about the area. You don't go into these things blind. So we were very well prepared. We knew they probably didn't pose a risk to us.
Because one thing it tells me as an outsider to the whole story is that Kenya broke apart briefly in 2008, and you're going to unpick for us how that happened. And that means it's still unstable to me. It suggests that these people, who may be foot soldiers, could also bear great grudges.
Yes, I mean, I think one of the key things about the Kenyan election violence is that it was orchestrated from on high. Only last month, the ICC, the International Criminal Court, named 6 senior politicians who they claim were involved in orchestrating the violence.
And I wonder if it gives me a clue about what the series is aiming to do. With a series called Explore, you take a country and try through 1 or 2 individual moments to tell us what's going on under the surface.
Yes, I mean, the idea is to mix kind of almost like tourism with current affairs. Yes. So you'll go to a country like this, it's Kenya, a fantastic tourist destination, but while we're there, we get under the skin to try and understand the divisions that are there in the country, some of the challenges.
On the one hand, it's amazing. We have had viewers, including one called Paul, who's written to us saying, you know, it's great, but you've bitten off so much for us to chew in one programme.
Yeah, I think that was a conscious decision, because what they're trying to give is an overview. It's not looking at something in detail.
New readers start here.
Yes, absolutely. But also, people that are used to the country might learn something new by having a much bigger picture of that country or the area.
And finally, one of the things I take away from it is the spectacular view on the screen. And, you know, I wonder, ask you about the people who are filming this. Is it one person?
Yes, I think it was one person. I didn't do all of them. His name is Jonathan Young, a very, very good cameraman, has been doing this sort of thing for years. But yes, he's known for his camera work.
Right, and we'll have a chance to see him and you paired. So thank you very much indeed. Now, if you're in Addis Ababa, you can watch Explore in full at 12:10 on Sunday.